Hello peeps, welcome to this week's Behind the Song. We're doing Fubard. I believe I talked before that I had a couple of solo albums before doing all this. And the concept was pretty much like, the first album was called Embryo, The Creation of Destruction. And that was kind of like my first 18 years or whatever. And it has, let me see. Yeah. So here's the cover. I don't know if you can see past glare. So there's a glass with a bunch of bullets, and you see 9 bullets on the front of it. Well, each bullet is supposed to represent a song, and each song represents obviously a feeling or whatever you're writing it about. Well, on the second album, I was doing that same tradition. So on this one, it's called Dissection. Let's try to get it without the glare. Alright. So on the back of it, you have the tray full of bullets, and each song is a song title, and it's as if the whole thing for me was like an operation thing. And open it up here. I did a drawing, like my own version. I call him my guy. So each song is being dug out, and the concept on this one was trying to figure out core issues. Kind of like therapy. That's how I would compare it to. Well, the first song on here is Fubard, and that's the only one that we still play today. And I remember starting out with the riffs. I was really into metal at this point, and I was really into let's see, the bands I was listening to. Obviously Metallica and Sabbath, and I was really getting into Death Clock at the time, the Metalocalypse show. So I have this. It's called a Kaboom box from the '90s, and I think I've talked about this before. It has the drum machine built into it, so I'm jamming on it, and this is like the first riff of the album. This is what came out. I do a lot of double picking in this, and I've had people ask to see my hand while I do it, for various reasons. So yeah, that's the verse riff, and then progressed into this chorus riff. And that riff is so fun to play, especially if you pick it right. I'm gonna slow down. And of course, when me and Nick get together, he's like, "Hey, I dig that, man." And that's actually one of the first things I showed him. Is there's this cool tom feel I used to do. It goes do 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 do. It's simple as fuck, because I'm not like a real drummer. But Nick loved it. I loved it. So he's like, "Hey, show me that." And I showed it to him, and we jammed on this for a long time. We still didn't play it live for a couple years. And of course we sped it up a lot. So I got 3 verses, 3 choruses, and then I got this breakdown part, which I love it because it stops the whole going fast part, and then it just changes the tempo and the time change or whatever it is. cool, feels really good. And then we go into the next riff, and this is like where I was starting to test out like melodies while doing the double picking, and I really like it, and I really like the solo I put over it too. Really fun to play. And this is probably the first solo I ever like actually wrote it out. Maybe the only solo I've ever actually wrote it out. Most of the time I just improv, and then it's like, hey, that sounds good, I'll comp them together and then figure it out, and we play live, and then I figure it more out, and then by the time we played it a few times I got it down. It's like, alright, that feels good. So the solo. I'm hitting just like the single notes on this one. The whole progression, because you get start getting the chords in it, and then you start doing single picking or down picking, and it just feels good. And then we go into this like I call it the second breakdown. Cool, like we let it ring out, and then the drummer does what he's going to do, because Nick and Jordan both do different things, but at the end you get the lyrics, now go, and it goes right back into it. It's like, that's one of my favorite things ever. It just, especially if you're singing, it's just like, it's like you take control. It's really cool. And then got the last verse and a double chorus, because I love double choruses at the end. Especially if on the second one you really get into it, make it seem different than the first one. Alright, so that's the music, and as far as the lyrics go, it's about, like I said, all the tracks on this album were like self-reflection, self-therapy. So the way I would write, and I think I talked to one of the girls in the band about this, is I would treat writing like journaling. So I'd write down how I felt about this particular subject, and this one was like looking within, and there's something like that's wanting to corrupt you and take over, almost like a poison. So I was writing it like trying to fight that, and asking myself, am I too far gone? So I would start writing how I felt about it. I'd start writing words and key phrases, and then I'd tie them together and I'd make them rhyme and write out the progression of the vocal melody, kind of melody. The biggest thing I will say is this album's called Dissection, and in this song I say, but in either to further dissect Sean, and that's the whole thing. I'm dissecting myself, because even on the cover, I took some of my clothes and stuffed them with clothes, and I got to see what my dead body would look like. So that's kind of surreal. Don't recommend doing it. That does it for Fubard. I think the next one we're going to do, it's been on our top 10 for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we'll do Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. We've not played that in a couple years. We've not played it with this new lineup, so it'd be interesting to talk about. Let's just say it's reminiscent of another song that we cover. Alright, see you next time.